I think I'm gonna have a little fun and show you guys my project I'm working on with some products that I just got in, and it's stuff that people know about. 'Cause people always try to say like you need some type of certification and you need to be like registered to do certain stuff and all of that. However, anything dealing with your health, you have the right to partake in it as long as it's not partaking in stuff that's man-made or mixed in with a bunch of ingredients and stuff like that. So like everything that I use comes from the earth or the water, one of the two. And it's no exception with this. So this is some Moringa. I'm about to just essentially making me a couple of capsules for myself. People that are interested, you can order this through text only at 513-487-9415. So I just got this in or whatever. For a client, her name is Danita, and she inspired me to kind of go ahead and promote some of the stuff that she needed, which was she needed something for her memory to stimulate her mind, her thought process, feeling as though she's has a lot of spiritual potential, but sometimes we don't have that focus because of the matrix is designed to make you forget just about everything that you set out to do before you incarnated here. Sometimes I think it's almost to a point where it's designed this way on purpose so that people can stay like suppressed and stagnated, because they know that if you start to reach your fullest potential and get into your higher self, there's nothing you can do or couldn't do, excuse me. And there's no problem that you couldn't defeat. So what I'm doing here is just making a quick capsule. I've never really tried this brand of capsule, but I'm gonna supposedly, if I can get this together, take this capsule and take it essentially and ingest it. And this one capsule, even though it looks small and it looks as though, if I can get it together, that is, but it looks small and it looks as though it's not gonna do anything. Like, what the hell is that gonna do? It's just some little herbs. But I mean, this amount of herbs is like equal to eating like a whole thing of broccoli, like a whole head of it. Just this little amount, of which these capsules, I'm having some struggles getting together right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and ingest it. But as you can kind of see, this is very small, very small, and I'm gonna take it with some milk. I'm gonna take it with some almond milk. So I was able to get the powder into the capsule, but I couldn't get the capsule closed, is what it was. You guys know I love almond milk. So yeah, that's the product I'm promoting. Just want to kind of show you guys for a few minutes. It's, of course, you can order this stuff on the internet, but when we put it together, we put our energy into it. Myself and a partner have been doing this for years, and I'm telling you, you take this just probably even for a few hours. Honestly, they say it takes days to kick in, but the way that I program these herbs and my intentions and all of that, like I just took this and just in minutes, energy soaring straight to my crown chakra. Come right now, I can feel it. The type of excitement that you would have physically when you're about to play a sport or engage in like sex or something like that, this creates that same type of energy, except it's totally not sexual and it's totally not root chakra, totally spiritual type energy. So it's different, of course, because it's not from down here, it's from up here. So what happens is that when you take that amount of energy in through green plants that come from the earth, that's connecting you all the way to West Africa and different places, you take this over time, you become like a cord or a channel, and you're connected to a grid, kind of like a computer connected to a super internet. And you're like your abilities, what you can do on the internet is increased because you're like a supercomputer versus someone that's taking in a bunch of mucus, meats, having a bunch of unconscious sex, too much of it, um, having a bunch of unconscious conversations, too much of that, and all of that. And they're interfacing with the grid as well. However, they're moving slower. So when you like taking these type of herbs and stuff like that, you're upgrading yourself to a higher network. Now this formula, this is Moringa, but I use more than just Moringa in the actual concoction. I just took this because this is my favorite. I love this alone. Can do a lot. I'm telling you, it's like a superfood. Because I mean, I don't care if spinach, nothing compares to it as far as the amount. Like I said, that little amount, I don't need to take any more green foods in all day. I could essentially, for your kids out there listening, could eat junk food all day if I wanted to, and then just take a little bit of that and be totally healthy. Could sit around here and all the residue that you would get from smoking and the backlash that you would get from like uncleanliness of smoke, because people know I smoke. But then you take something like this, it's going to naturally clean you out faster. So through um, increasing fluids and flushing your fluids out and increasing heart flow, causing your blood to pump faster, which causes the fluids to move through your body a lot quicker, your bloodstream. Then again, it's going to start to make your thoughts, you're going to start thinking faster and connecting with parts of the grid a lot faster than what you normally would have connected with them with. And then from there, that'll lead you into what I've been teaching my clients about is like how you can start to, you might not have intentions on, like you might just want to be healthy, right? And start reading and become spiritual for that reason. You have no intentions on becoming rich. But I always promote wealth first and becoming rich first, because what's going to happen is that when you become more healthy, you're going to start to attract more money. Like it's going to want you. It's going to want you almost to a point where it's like it'll feel left out if it's not with you. To a point because it knows you know what to do with it. See, money is conscious because it's like water, just like water is programmed and it's conscious, and it is attracted to people that are spiritually clean first, and then internally, and then externally, in that order: spiritually, internally, and then externally. That's how I look at life. And it's a reciprocation process because you may find yourself in situations where you may feel dirty. And this is a part of your experience as well. And this is something that you must experience as well. But again, as long as you know how to detox and clean yourself out from certain scenarios and take certain time to clear certain cords, and when you go back into these certain experiences, now you coming into them as a shaman or woman or a priestess or a priest, or you're not just engaging in these mundane secular experiences from a perspective of ignorance. Now you're engaging in from a perception of your conscious. Now you woke up, you know what's going on, you know which direction to go in next, you know what you want to do next. When you see an opportunity, you might not know what it's going to lead to, but you know that opportunity is for you. You don't really find yourself lost as much. You know who to go to ask questions when you feel lost. I'm telling you, just from taking, see, a lot of stuff in metaphysics and consciousness is less this talking, more doing, moving, and learning how to protect yourself first. I always tell people, protect yourself first, and then you worry about how you're going to protect your house and your environment. Or you protect your body first through taking in the right water first. Before you start talking about herbs and what type of water are you taking in, or will you take in? What type of water do you live around? Is it really clean? This is what creates unskillful sexual experiences and unskillful eating experiences, which is similar to sex. Food and sex are the same. It's from living around water that's not as conscious. And water is what corresponds with your makeup, makes you more conscious. It's water. Conscious and water go hand in hand. Just like when you negative and thinking negative shit, they did an experiment on this. The water molecules look dirty and negative and ugly. When you feeling better, water molecules feel better. That's how life is. And don't feel bad if you're in a dark or dirty or negative or ugly experience. Because remember, that diamond, that same piece of gold that may be all shiny, was just as dirty at one time. Because that's the experience. How you gonna know what it feels like to be clean and to be happy if you never struggled? If you was born with a bunch of money and was well taken care of, how do you know what it feels like to not be taken care of? So when you get the money back, now that you've struggled, you're going to take everything different, way more serious. You probably are going to still, like myself, find yourself living halfway like the way you were living when you were struggling. Like, what I mean by that is, it's like living halfway like you were struggling, but then you might still have a nest egg or money or whatever the case may be, but that doesn't change anything. That's the matrix money. It's not your, they can take that back whenever they want it. It's not your energy. 100%. The only thing that you have is your commodity, which is your body. You was given enough by the elders, and I shut down with this, to sustain yourself. And we only use these things like herbs and stuff like that to enhance the reality. Herbs are kind of, like I said, what do you connect to the internet with? How do you see it? 5G, 4G, slow modem, dial up. I mean, some people still have that, of course. High speed cable modems. Which cable modems? What company are you with? All of this is similar when you start taking herbs, except your body becomes a connection. You need a certain amount of money, you know how to go get it. You might manifest too much money. You don't know what to do with it. Never ask for more than what you need. So I just want to kind of take you guys into my lab for a minute and get back on the road now. Show you guys what I do on the side. I'm an herbalist and healer and consultant on many subjects dealing with the human body, in relationship to currency and the internet, and how to increase your wealth and your net worth through an astrological process that I taught myself and learned. Um, so if you're interested, again, check out and send a text to that number in any of my services. And as always, stay vigilant.